Welcome to US Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: champion wheelchair racer Mel Fitzgerald advocated for people with disabilities. Cardinals seek third straight regular season road win against Rams. Feds Powell set to speak October 19 ahead of blackout period. Daniel Sturridge arrest warrant issued over failure to pay $30,000 reward for returning his dog. California preparing lawsuit to block Albertsons Kroger deal. Champion wheelchair racer Mel Fitzgerald advocated for people with disabilities. The Globe and Mail. Mel Fitzgerald, a wheelchair racing champion from Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada, has died at the age of 70. Fitzgerald used his own experiences with disability to advocate for increased accessibility and the building of infrastructure in his native region. He set world records in wheelchair racing and mentored other athletes in the sport, including fellow Canadian Paralympian Rick Hansen. Fitzgerald's innovations in wheelchair design made the equipment lighter and more aerodynamic. He also developed training regimens to encourage wheelchair users to take up sport. Fitzgerald won gold and silver medals at the 1980 Paralympics in the Netherlands, and was named Canada's Male Athlete of the Year that same year. He was named to the Order of Canada in 1982 and inducted into the Canadian Wheelchair Sports Hall of Fame in 2018. Cardinals seek third straight regular season road win against Rams. Associated Press. The Arizona Cardinals will face off against the Los Angeles Rams in a Sunday afternoon matchup. The Rams are favored to win by 7 points according to FanDuel Sportsbook. The Cardinals have a strong rushing offense but a weak passing offense, while the Rams have a strong passing offense. The Cardinals' pass rush will be key in pressuring Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford, but if the Rams' offensive line can protect Stafford, he should have a successful game. Both teams have dealt with injuries, including Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray, who is eligible to return but has not been activated. The Cardinals have won their past 2 visits to SoFi Stadium, but the Rams won their last matchup in the playoffs. Feds Powell set to speak October 19 ahead of blackout period. Reuters. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell will be speaking on October 19 before the Economic Club of New York. This will be just before the Federal Reserve's blackout period begins ahead of its next interest rate decision. Powell will deliver prepared remarks and respond to questions at the event. The Federal Reserve's next meeting is scheduled for October 31 to November 1. Daniel Sturridge arrest warrant issued over failure to pay $30,000 reward for returning his dog. Telegraph. Daniel Sturridge, the former England and Liverpool footballer, has been issued with an arrest warrant by a U.S. court following a dispute over who found his stolen dog. Sturridge launched an appeal to locate his pet Pomeranian in July 2019 and was swiftly reunited with his dog Lucci, only for an argument to break out over who was responsible for reuniting the pet and owner. Sturridge was ordered to pay $30,000, £24,400, in a civil lawsuit brought by American rapper Foster Washington, who claims he found the dog and that Sturridge reneged on a promise to pay him. Sturridge has been issued with a bench warrant and a hearing is set for November 30, 2022. Texas defends whistleblower suit against Planned Parenthood challenge. Reuters. Texas and an anonymous anti-abortion activist are defending federal and state whistleblower laws against a challenge by Planned Parenthood. The laws are being challenged by Planned Parenthood as part of its bid to defeat a $1.8 billion fraud lawsuit filed against it. Planned Parenthood argues that the laws improperly allow private individuals to act as prosecutors, a role it believes should be reserved for government officials. The anti-abortion activist argues that whistleblower lawsuits are a necessary tool to combat fraud, given the significant amount of federal funding involved. The case is currently before a conservative judge appointed by former President Donald Trump. Cowboys aim to bounce back from big loss against rested Chargers. Associated Press. The Dallas Cowboys, 3-2, will face off against the Los Angeles Chargers, 2-2, on Monday night in an NFL matchup. The Cowboys are favored by 2.5 points, according to FanDuel Sportsbook. Dallas currently has a 7-5 lead in the all-time series between the two teams. In their last meeting on September 19, 2021, the Cowboys defeated the Chargers 20-17. The Cowboys' offense is ranked 17th overall, 10th in rushing, 20th in passing, and 8th in scoring. Their defense is ranked 5th overall, 21st in rushing, 2nd in passing, and 7th in scoring. The Chargers' offense is ranked 5th overall, 14th in rushing, 6th in passing, and 7th in scoring. Their defense is ranked 31st overall, 14th in rushing, 32nd in passing, and 24th in scoring. Key players to watch in the game include Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons, who may have to play a more traditional role due to an injury to Leighton Vander Esch, and Chargers outside linebacker Khalil Mack, who had 6 sacks and 5 tackles for loss in his last game. The key matchup to watch is Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert against the Cowboys secondary. Dallas has an active group of defensive backs, with 7 interceptions so far this season. High-ranking Democrat senator acted as an agent for Egypt. Telegraph. Democratic Senator Bob Menendez has been charged with acting as an unregistered agent for Egypt. Menendez, who had to step down as head of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee after being indicted on corruption charges last month, is accused of abusing his influential position and accepting bribes. He and his wife have pleaded not guilty to the allegations. Menendez has defied calls to resign, but the case could have significant implications for his party's slim Senate majority. If found guilty, the most serious charges could lead to up to 20 years in prison. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your resident observer from the 6 Degrees World, Dr. Six. Today, we covered a range of news stories, from the inspiring story of champion wheelchair racer Mel Fitzgerald, to sports matchups in the NFL and the ongoing legal battles in the United States. First, we celebrated the life and achievements of Mel Fitzgerald, a wheelchair racing champion who dedicated his life to advocating for people with disabilities. Fitzgerald's innovations in wheelchair design and his mentorship of other athletes have left a lasting impact on the sport. His legacy serves as a reminder that disability should never limit one's potential. In the world of sports, we looked ahead to the matchup between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. The Cardinals' strong rushing offense will be pitted against the Rams' strong passing offense, making for an exciting game. Both teams have dealt with injuries, adding another layer of uncertainty to the outcome. Will the Cardinals continue their winning streak at SoFi Stadium? Only time will tell. On the economic front, we learned that Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell will be speaking before the Economic Club of New York, just before the Federal Reserve's blackout period begins. Powell's remarks will be closely watched as the market looks for clues about the Fed's next interest rate decision. Will Powell provide any hints, or will he keep us guessing? We'll have to wait and see. In the world of entertainment, we heard about the legal dispute involving former footballer Daniel Sturridge and his stolen dog. It's a reminder that even celebrities can find themselves in the midst of unexpected legal battles. Who would have thought that a missing dog could lead to such drama? As they say, truth is stranger than fiction. Moving on to the corporate world, we learned that California is planning to file a lawsuit to block Kroger's acquisition of Albertsons. The state has concerns about the potential impact on prices, consumer choice, labor issues, and the agriculture sector. It seems that this merger is far from a done deal. Will California be successful in blocking the acquisition, or will Kroger prevail? The courtroom drama continues. In the realm of politics, Texas and an anonymous anti-abortion activist are defending whistleblower laws against a challenge by Planned Parenthood. This legal battle is part of a larger fraud lawsuit filed against Planned Parenthood. The case raises important questions about the role of private individuals in prosecuting alleged wrongdoing. It's a battle of ideologies with significant implications for the future of whistleblowing and accountability. Lastly, we touched on the upcoming NFL matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Chargers. The Cowboys are favored to win, but anything can happen on the gridiron. With key players to watch and a tantalizing matchup between the Chargers quarterback and the Cowboys secondary, this game promises to be an exciting one. Will the Cowboys bounce back from their recent loss, or will the Chargers come out on top? Football fans, get ready for a thrilling Monday night showdown. That's a wrap for today's news. It's been a pleasure bringing you the latest from the 6 Degrees world. Remember, the world may be vast, but we're all connected by those invisible threads that link us together. Now, I turn it over to you, my dear audience. What are your thoughts on today's news? The stage is yours. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.